Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Martin here, and welcome to the Guiding Sense podcast. And today we're going to talk about three items. We're going to talk about habits, specifically atomic habits, and we're going to talk about a private money lender. And thirdly, hang on until the end because we've got a pretty special thing about tiny homes and how they become popular, and whether you want one to live in or a hunting cabin or a getaway vacation getaway. It's pretty interesting. So first of all, let's talk a bit about habits. You know, as we know, habits are the foundation of pretty much everything we do, and either we're applying habits every day, whether they're good habits or bad habits. So the idea is to find out and really capture our habits and realize what our habits are and what they're creating in our life. And there's a special book that's been written that it's a couple years old now. Really, it is 3 years old, and it is by Mr. James Clear, and he did a fantastic job on this book. It covers more than any book that's been written about habits in a very long time, if ever. I don't think there's really been a book that's covered the subject of habits as well as this book by James Clear has covered. And, you know, James starts with an introduction and shares some personal strategies he implemented to recover from a serious accident in high school. That's how it starts. But I'll go over the sections very quickly. Section 1 is the fundamentals, and we learn the power of the compounding effect of habits, and that's where the word atomic comes from. It's a compounding effect. And he goes on the premise of we've got to make our habits, make them obvious and make them attractive and make them easy and make them satisfying. So that's pretty much the premise. And there's some more advanced techniques that he gets into in the book. And if you want to see the full review that we've written on the book Atomic Habits, go to guidingsense.com and under books, click under books in the menu and pick the Atomic Habits book. And I think you'll be pretty pleased with that. And we want to talk again. Another thing we want to talk about are private money lenders. And if you are investing in any kind of property, especially right now with these low rates before they go up, private lending in real estate is a need that's really easily attained if you go through the right channels. And there are lots of terms and conditions. Some lenders are quite lenient when it comes to real estate private money. And we did a post on the website about private lenders. And go to guidingsense.com, and it's private-money-lender. And you might want to read up on this a little bit and learn how you can get approved online within 10 minutes. And this is not for commercial property, but it is a good time to buy, especially single-family homes. And I always liked, when I was investing in real estate, to buy 3 bedroom, 2 bath homes. And of course, in there you can move up to small duplexes and that sort of thing. And this is a really good lender, and they work with you well, and there are a lot of terms that they'll work with. And you can learn more about hard money loans. And hard money is not a negative word, not a negative thing, but you can go here and learn a lot more about it. Learn about the origination fees and the interest rates and loan to project cost, the construction financing, it's up to 100%. Loan to ARV, the terms, type property, residential 1 to 4 units, multifamily up to 50 units, maximum loan amounts, minimum loan amount, minimum FICO is pretty low really at 600. Even if you've got bad credit right now, it's pretty easy to get your credit up to 600. And there's a lot of things, so go check that out. And let's talk about the final part of the podcast today. We're going to talk about the small manufacturer homes, or tiny homes as they're called. And there are really some neat ones out there. It's amazing some of the backyard offices that people are making using these tiny homes. They're quite a bit more elegant than what you'd see at Home Depot or Lowe's when you see their little garage type, or you would call the little tiny homes that they have out in the parking lot, usually at the side of the store, sometimes around the side or somewhere in the edge of the parking lot. They have a few of these put up, and a lot of people use them for storage buildings, but those are the basics. And we do have a few of those here feature that you can look at, but there are some homes, some tiny homes that are really modern looking, and they are not huge, from 300 to 800 square feet, but to make a small office or a place you want to go on vacation, if you got a little piece of property, or if you want to make a hunting lodge, or if you just want to downscale, if you're tired of having too much home, and if you're an empty nester, it's a great way. There's not a lot of space to heat or use the air conditioner with. You could power it with a small generator, and now they make a rechargeable generator. You don't have to hear the noise of the motor running, and although the Honda generators are still quite quiet, but but you can use now a generator, and I'll talk about that on a later podcast, of some of the generators that charge by solar, and you can they power quite a bit. There's quite a bit of voltage that they output, and they last for a long time as well. And so there's a couple options to do with that. We'll do a podcast on that later. But some of these prefabricated modular container house here, one here is even ready for residential living here. And I'll tell you the post here if you want to go read up on this. Go to guidingsense.com. It's under the product reviews, small manufactured home review. And if you go to the go to Guiding Sense and look up small manufactured homes review in the search, and it should pop up for you. So with that, I hope you have a great day, and it's been great talking to you today on the podcast. And as we move on into the year here, it's been a warm summer, and glad it's over. So you make it a wonderful week, and talk to you in the next episode. This is Martin Hamilton. Bye bye.